Oh, that's the one. Yeah. This is my Charpentier's chisel. It's a French roofer's chisel. I use this for cutting mortises in oak framing. Now, in the UK, we'd use socketed chisels for like a 2-inch, for instance. It happens to have a socket on like this for the handle, but also there'd be a ring, a reinforcement ring. This used to have one, but it's, yeah, the handle's split. Well, there's another one here that is socketed as well. But the problem with these types of chisels is when you're cutting across a mortise, the socket gets in the way. So you can only go as deep as the actual length of the shaft of the actual chisel itself, because otherwise you end up lifting it up and you end up digging in, wouldn't you? Whereas these ones, Chisel Charpentier, yeah, a roofer's chisel, basically. If you look at the design of this, it's flat across the bottom, from the edge to the actual mushroom, which you can whack with your hammer. Or, because it's like a cold chisel for wood, you can whack it with a flipping lumber hammer if you want. So if you've got old oak that's seasoned, you can still, well, ram this thing through it. And it's the amount of force you can apply to this chisel is phenomenal. And this is a bevel-edged design chisel. And I've had this a good many years. It's a bit shorter than it used to be because it's been sharpened so many times. It's probably lost that much in length, you know. Yeah, I know the feeling. But anyway, if I show you a bit closer here, if you look at the bottom of this chisel, when you flatten the back of the chisel, you're actually coming up into the handle as well. You see it sort of like grades into the handle. So none of this handle, unlike these ones, actually gets in the way. So if you're cutting a mortise across a piece of timber, like so, the handle clears the actual mortise, unlike this one, stops. Yeah? So I think this is actually a better design. It doesn't look very traditional, does it? It looks a bit industrial. But it's a good bit of steel, and Revex make a load of these as well, actually. I don't think this one's a Revex. I had it a long time. But, yeah, I bought this before I actually moved to France. So I thought, that's a handy looking chisel, so I brought it and took it back in my hand luggage. No, not really. Yeah, when I didn't buy it in France, I brought it back to the UK. And I had it ever since, so it's done a hell of a lot of work. And I predominantly use this actually for more green oak framing, and it's been a brilliant, brilliant tool for it. And it wasn't expensive at the time. I think I was ended up with 15 euros when I bought it. Probably about over 20 years ago. 20 years ago? About 20 years ago, something like that. A long while ago anyway. I was when I was in England anyway. I can't remember exactly when I was, 2006. No, 20 years ago. It's been about 17, 18 years ago. So yeah, anyway, I had it a long while. So definitely worth getting an old one if you can. If you're in the UK and you do intend to do any framing work. For a start, these are cheap. Unlike a Robert Sorby framing chisel. Now this is a 40mm, which is inch half. But a Robert Sorby's 2-inch, 50mm, would cost you around £140 to buy. It's a lot of money, and it's got a wooden handle that you can't whack like you can this one. And as you can see, how it's mushroomed on the end, it's had a lot of flip and weddy. So anyway, that is my Charpentier, Chisel Charpentier, and yeah, it's a good chisel. Definitely worth getting an old one if you can. Anyway, it's time for me to go. So I'm going to say to you know, I just wanted to show you my chisel. Have a lovely day. Don't forget, boot the old like button, helps the channel, you know.